Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Kerbal Space program. In the last episode, we did the burns to put the longbow into a parking orbit, a low parking orbit around Duna, and then performed our entry of Duna's atmosphere and landing using the lander, which went very successfully. Was able to touch down, and we gathered all the science we could. We kind of hit a slope, so you're kind of sliding around a little bit, so I didn't stay on the ground too long. So I was able to get back on board and take back off and achieve orbit of Duna again. So now what we have to do is we have to perform our rendezvous maneuver to meet back up with the longbow, dock back up, transfer crew, transfer all the science that we have, and then begin preparations to return to Kerbin. So, that is where we're at. So what I have done before starting the recording is I elevated the lander's orbit so we get into a better phasing orbit with the longbow, and then set up the maneuver node to begin the rendezvous here. So we're going to have a pretty close encounter there. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and tell Jeb here to aim for that maneuver. Now we got an hour and 20 minutes. Probably should have warped to just before the node, but didn't think about it. Because we've got a bit of fast forwarding here to do. I'm not sure how many orbits this is actually going to be. How many orbits is this? I think it's only going to be one, it looks like. Can't remember how many this got set up for. Yep, definitely. Gonna meet it this time around. Alright, this is gonna be a 3-second burn. Almost would want to tell the computers to do it, but I'll go ahead and give it a whirl. So it'll be T-minus 1.5 for the burn. And we can do some slight adjustments after we complete the burn. Or 3, 2, 1. And stop. Alright, what kind of approach have we achieved? Separation of 1.1 kilometers. We kind of overdid it a little bit. Oh, no, we're going to need to go prograde. Prograde. Can I... just use my RCS thrusters for... Point 0.8 kilometers, 800 meters. Okay, okay. Let's see. If we go to target, turn the RCS off. We want to be retrograde to target, I believe. Okay. Let's warp to just before our rendezvous. There it is. Okay, we've got about 50 some odd meters per second to burn off. And we're going to want to do that right when we're probably inside of about 1 kilometer away. Maybe 2 kilometers. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue to accelerate. Okay, we're getting inside 2 kilometers. It's got to load the physics. Alright, and burn. Okay. All right, so there is the target. Excuse me. All right, RCS on, and let's begin rendezvous and docking. All right, let's make sure that our prograde marker is right on top of where we're pointing. So we're heading directly towards it. Okay. And let's give it a little bit of juice. 3 meters per second. Need to do a correction. There we go. Continuing to close. Okay. Sorry, just dealing with a little bit of throat issues this morning. All right, well, let's go ahead and slow us down. There we are. One meter per second. All right, so let's go ahead and select that docking port. Let's make sure that we are controlling from our docking port. Get that docking camera on. All right, we don't need the RCS for this. Okay, so let's see. Line me up there. Let's just go ahead and give myself a little bit more juice this direction. All right, let's start slowing down. Okay, let's head forward. So again, closing distance. And now we just need to make sure we stay on target. Half a meter per second. Alright, so it'll take about a minute to dock. Alright. I'm not worried about roll orientation at all here. Yeah, half a meter per second, I think, is a pretty good approach speed. I'm not going to change that at all. Change my camera angle a little bit there. Oh. And bingo. There we are. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Jeb transferred back over to the control module of the longbow itself. Now, Bob's got some work ahead of him because we need to grab all the science. So let's go ahead and retract these solar panels because they're just going to get in the way. Actually, go ahead and extend this ladder. To provide some handholds. Rotate the vessel a little bit. Okay. Good. Alright, so let's go ahead and actually let's go ahead and deploy these guys just to get them out of the way as well. And then open this up. There we are. Okay. So Bob is going to go ahead and do the EVA here. I don't know why they want to slide off, but whatever. Collect data. Synthesize Junior, yes. I don't think we really need to restore it, but, you know, I'll go ahead and do that. Can I take the data here? Now, the thing is that there is actually a atmospheric pressure scan unit inside of here. There it is. Take that data. That's going to get a little bit difficult. No. That's not what I want to do. Oh, what's going on here? Why are we rotating? Alright, I'm going to get back on board and halt that rotation. Alright, apparently there's some experiments that are already on there. Alright, what are you doing? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward here a little bit. We need to get this thing back in the sun so that the electric charge will fill up so that our reaction wheels will actually work. There we go. Okay. All right, Bob. Let's get back out here. We need to check all the experiments, all the sensors, just to make sure that they are not... See, there should be some handholds here. Problem is that handhold is kind of being blocked by that RCS thruster. Okay, there we go. Alright, so, take data, good. Take data, good. Collect data, yes. Collect data, there we go. Now let's get the camera in here and let's see if we can... if there is any data inside this thing. Yes, take that data, good. Alright. Let's get... Let's get over here. Can I get on that handhold? I guess not. All right then. We'll just kind of bump his head up in here. All right, let's go ahead and take that data. Let's see, take this data. All right. Let's see if there's any barometer in here. Take that data. Good. Same over here. Gotta get the camera up in there. Nope. There. Okay, no data there. Alright, good. And I think we've gotten everything else. I'm pretty sure we've gotten everything. Let me just make sure I got this this goo container here. Did I get you? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Alright, so that should be everything. Let's go ahead and get it all stored aboard this guy here. Store the experiments. Okay, there was one other experiment that was already on board. It was a duplicate. No problem. Alright, so. Transfer crew. Bob can go ahead and move over here. And now we are ready. Let's go ahead and redeploy these solar panels. Alright, now, what I'd like to do here is grab these life support packs. No, not those. wrong button. That and that. And that, and move all of that material over. No need to leave the supplies on the lander. Alright, also, the monopropellant on board here can be transferred. Ah, I hit the wrong thing. Hold on. Oh, we have an EVA? Okay, hold on. EVA report. Take it. Board. Good. Okay. Well, now I gotta actually move that information. No problem. Okay, so let me try this again. You and you. Okay, yes. And you. And you. And you. And you. All selected. Alright, and then we select this guy and say in. Transfer all that monopropellant. There we go. Now, I have actually done the tests, and we do not have enough monopropellant left on any of these things to do an Ike mission, to basically fly the lander out to Ike and try and do a landing on Ike, unfortunately. So we'll have to forego Ike for now. But we'll go ahead and undock you. We don't need to bring that home. We'll just leave that in orbit. Push away from it. All right. Okay, so now we need to think about getting home. And what I'm going to do is, let me see, where is Ike? Because what I'd like to do is, oh, it's in a bad spot. Let me actually see, where in the orbit do you need to be to do a rendezvous with Ike? Because I'm not exactly sure. Add maneuver. Okay, it's kind of similar to Kerbin's moon. Is there another Ike encounter? A second Ike encounter? See, what my plan was to use Ike at a slingshot into a solar orbit, but that is not the direction I want to slingshot. I want to slingshot this way, not that way. So I'll need to wait until Ike is about there in the orbit. Okay. Because it'll save me a whole bunch of delta V. To do that, set as target. Is there ever close encounters? 2.9 kilometers, 3.5 kilometers. Okay. We should be alright. I hope. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go ahead and head back to Space Center. Because it's going to be easier to do from the Space Center than to do it flying the actual ship. So we go into the tracking station. We focus to Duna. Alright. So, I want to wait until Duna or Ike comes around to about that point. And right about there. All right, good. Okay. So, let's go ahead and hop back aboard the longbow. Okay. Let's go ahead and set Ike as a target. Okay. Hopefully I did this right. So let's go ahead and add the maneuver. It still wants to throw us in that direction. Let's see, if we're a little bit more energetic. We can get an ejection in the direction I want. Okay, good. Okay, if I change that ever so slightly. The lower altitude we get, the faster we're going to be thrown out. Okay, so that's good. That's good. There's going to be a 2-minute and 4-second burn, which means we need to start the burn 1 minute and 2 seconds before the node. Alright, let's go ahead and warp over here. Now, we're probably going to have to spend some time in solar orbit for a while. Well, Kerbal orbit. Gonna have to use the RCS here because we're out of electric charge. So the reaction wheels won't work. Node in. T-minus 4, 3, 2, engage. Turn the RCS off. So we should have some electric charge. A little bit. How much monopropellant do I have left? I have a bunch left. Again, excuse me. I have a bunch left still. Okay, good. Alright. Burn will complete in 20 seconds. That must be the lander. I'm just going to leave that here. Okay. Let's go ahead and warp to the point where we have some sun. Alright, good. Tell him to hold prograde. How are we looking? 43,000 meters. If I were to... Let's see, slow us down ever so slightly. I'd like to get that down below 20,000 meters. I'm not basing that on anything. Okay. Do not escape in 5 days. Alright, let's go ahead and warp to the Ike encounter. Now we're going to go into shadow here for a little bit. Alright, what do we got? We've got a crew report. Yes. And an EVA report. Yes. Board. Good. And a material study. Interesting. Keep it. I have to remember to collect that. Alright, let's go ahead and advance to the point where we get some sun back again. Okay, so we should now have power. Alright, so what we're going to do is I am going to go ahead and review that EVA report, transmit it. Transmit this one. Crew report, transmit that. Bob. Let's go ahead and collect that data. Restore. Store the experiment. Good. Oh, call on the door. All right. So there we are. Go ahead and warp down to periapsis just in case we have additional science that can be done. There is a bunch of science that can be done here. We're going to go ahead and do our crew report, transmit that home. We're going to do our EVA report. Keep it. Board. Do our material study as well. Keep that. Do mystery goo observation. Keep that. Another EVA report. Board. Transmit that home. Transmit that home. There we go. Okay, there it is. Okay. So let's go ahead and EVA with Bob again. Collect the data. Collect the data. Restore the part. Get that EVA report. Restore the part. All right, let's go ahead and store our data. There we go. That's the part that's coming back. All right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and advance on out. And let's go ahead and advance past our Duna escape. And there we are. You can see the trajectory we were ejected from because we were thrown basically against Duna's orbit. It threw us down to a lower orbit without having to burn any fuel. There we go. or significantly less fuel than we otherwise would have. Alright, now the tricky bit is going to be figuring out when we're going to need to do our transfer burn for Kerbin. And instead of sitting here trying to mess around with maneuver nodes for who knows how long till I find the right spot, we can just have the computer do it for us. By impulse transfer to target, because we are, there we go, create node. There it is. Node in 1 year, 278 days, 0 hours. How much life support do we have left? So we're going to have to go all the way around once. We have 2 years, 327 days of life support available. So, yeah, we've got plenty of time. So, let's see. What happens if I go ahead and say warp here? Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and burn the time. No big deal. There's a 3-minute and 22-second burn. So that's what? Well, what I might do is recalculate it once we get around. Everything's fine. Yes, burn time has changed a lot, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and kill that maneuver node and have it recalculated. There we are. Good. "74 days. Warp there. Alright. Alright, we're still 10 days out. 9 days and 9 minutes. Alright, warp there. Let's see, 1 day, 1 hour. Warp there. So that should bring us within a couple hours of the node. Good. Just keep warping closer. One hour, 2 minutes, 40 some odd seconds. Alright. Let's begin orienting the ship to the node. 567.4 meters per second. Should be more than enough. Yep, plenty of fuel. Okay. So it's 1 minute. $30. Plus 9 seconds. 34 and a half. 1 minute 34 and a half is where we want to be at. 10, 9. Slow it down a bit. Slow down a lot. Okay. And go. Okay, so 3 minutes until the burn is complete. And then we probably will have to do some minor adjustments once the burn's done. Just to make sure that our rendezvous occurs where we want. What would be really cool is if we could get to a point where we could potentially use the moon, or Minmus even, most likely the moon, to do another slingshot maneuver, but to break us rather than accelerate us. But not sure that's going to be possible. So You have no monopropellant in there. Well, that's a problem. We'll have to make sure we fill that up before we detach, or else there's going to be no way to deorbit that thing. Well, we have some monopropellant in there, but that's not what we're looking for. And let's see, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay. And do we have an encounter with Kerbin? We do. Alright, excellent. Let's go ahead and focus to Kerbin. Alright, let's see what our encounter is going to look like. Okay. That's not terrible. That's not terrible at all. Minmus. We're coming in at a goofy angle, so let's see. What could I potentially do? RCS thrusters. There we go. Okay. Not sure how much more adjustments I'm going to be able to make here. Yeah, that doesn't... Well... Not sure there's much adjustment I can do at this point. We'll have to wait till we're actually in Kerbin's sphere of influence to make further adjustments, I think. Okay, so... you know what? Let's go ahead for this episode and get our Kerbals all the way home. Let's get them all the way home. Okay. So, let's go ahead and warp there. We have 1 year and 30 days left of life support. But it'd take less that to get there, to get home. Alright, we're getting closer. Alright, let's go ahead and keep on warping. Yeah, we'll go ahead and not cancel the auto time warp. Let's go ahead and... Alright, let's cross into the sphere of influence. There we go. Okay. So I'd like to get this orbital inclination to as close to 0 as I can get. So let me just see what kind of maneuver I could plan here. No, that's not what I want to do. Kill that, try again. Add maneuver, okay. Let's say I were to do this. There we are. 61 meters per second. Okay. That brings us in very close. Good enough. Okay. And can I lower that? $544. Can I get this even closer? Can I get you even closer? Oh, we're actually inside the planet now. No. We're gonna need no. I don't want to be entering the atmosphere. No. Whoa! Oh, I screwed it up. There we go. Hold on. There we are. Periapsis at 10,000. No. We need to be about there. I think that's probably about as good as we're gonna get. As good as we're gonna get. $153. All right. So for this maneuver, I'm going to go ahead and have the computers take care of it. Don't use the RCS thrusters, please. Thank you. Because if we can do minimal amounts of maneuvers in orbit, that's going to be better. And the further away from the planet you perform these burns, the less delta V you're going to have to kill. I still have over 2,000 meters per second on delta V left. Now we did gather and reset all of our experiments, right? Yes, we did. Okay, so we can close that up. Good. Let's see where we're at. Alright, we have a periapsis of 406 meters. Add a maneuver. And let's capture on up. How much would it take to circularize? There. A lot. 989. A 4-minute and 20-second burn. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to execute that node again. I'd like to get it as precise as possible. Three days. 199 days of life support left. Alright, there's Kerbin. And that is 4 minutes. And while that 4 minutes is running, let's go ahead and take care of transferring our monopropellant to our return vehicle. There we go. Okay. And we are rebuilding our electric charge. We now have some sunlight on our solar panels. Definitely going to have to replace this propulsion module eventually with some newer stuff. But it performed its job admirably. Alright, anything else we need to do before preparing to get our Kerbals back home? I don't think there's anything else that we have on board. Anything in here? Nope. Alright, we're about halfway through the burn. You get the moon there. We've got how many? 18 experiments stored. This life support module. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to run some resupply here if we are gonna want to reuse this vessel, which I'm absolutely gonna want to reuse this vessel. have to get all this mulch off. What I might end up doing is getting a greenhouse module up here and install it. I'll have to see. So that we can then take some of this mulch that we've generated and turn it back into supplies. This might have to go. Not sure. Have to make decisions on that if I want to keep this guy here, because it's going to unbalance things. I'll think about it. Though, you know, we are going to usually have to put a return module on. So it might be fine. There's some monopropellant we can put in there. In. I don't think we're going to need it. All right, and we are done the burn. Done. Stabilize, please. Thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and transfer the crew. Jeb, get on board. Bob, get on board. All right, and I think we are ready to come on home. I don't think there's anything else up here we need. So, let's go ahead and undock. Now, one thing about this particular module here is it does not have any reaction wheels, so it is reliant upon its RCS thrusters for control. All right. Let's orient retrograde. Let's make sure that everybody is where we need to be as far as staging. Make sure that our throttle is at 0. Have an EVA report we could take. Alright, let's engage those engines. They've been sitting cold for a long time. Hopefully they work. They'll work. Alright, let's go ahead and throttle them up. And we want to get our periapsis height down to about 30 or so. There you go. And I barely used any monopropellant. Let's actually get that down to about 25. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and orient there and ditch the engines. All right. Let's go ahead to warp to reentry. All right. You know, we're dropping from low orbit, so it shouldn't be that bad. much more propellant do we still have on board? A little bit. Yep, we should be covered. Should not be an issue. Do we have any idea where we're going to land? Right on the terminus. A day-night terminus. And hopefully we're not going to be in the mountains. Alright, let's go ahead and accelerate up here. Oh boy, looking like we might end up in the mountains. We have a crew report. Okay, I'll take it. All right, and parachutes. We can turn off our SAS. We can turn off our RCS. Just let this guy come down naturally. Oh boy, this looks like bad news. I think we'll be alright. I think we'll be alright. RCS. Stability assist. We are going to be on a slope. Oh boy. Oh boy. Jettison the heat shield. That may have been a bad idea. That may have been a bad idea. Hopefully we are fairly squat enough that it isn't going to cause us to roll too much. It's not, the slope's not bad. Slope is not bad. There we go. Good. Good. Ooh. A little worried there. All right, let's recover the vessel. Let's get our guys home. And what do we got? 1,736.9 science earned for a total of 2,715 available science to unlock things. Alright, crew report while flying over Kerbin's Mountains. Cover, you have a vessel returned from a flight over Duna. Well, we did more than just a flight over Duna. Alright. Jeb and Bob are back. And they probably need a good long rest, go take a vacation, so they're not going to be flying any missions anytime soon. Alright, so what I'm going to need to do is figure out what I'm going to want to unlock here. We got a lot of options. And then figure out what it is we're going to do next. But for now, we'll go ahead and end this episode here. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.